Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. We're here today because of a successful collaboration that brought a young man home safely. On October 10th, the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office was informed of a runaway, a 16-year-old young man who ran away. On yesterday, I went to the home to speak with the family. When I was there, we saw on social media that this young man was with a group of other young people that were told to go to the Amtrak downtown Houston, the Amtrak to catch a train to Los Angeles. It was at 5 when I received this information. We found out that the train was going to leave around 5:30. I needed to get someone there right away to save this young man, because in these type of situations, this is what human traffickers and predators look for. I reached out to Chief Fenner of HPD and Chief Dees of HPD. Within 10 minutes, HPD had eyes on this young man, and within another 6 minutes, we had this person detained. They detained this young man till I was able to get out there and to take hands on this young man to bring him home safely. This collaboration between Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office and the Houston Police Department was incredible, that we were able to get this young man in this short of time and to keep him away from possible dangers of human trafficking. This collaboration, it will be ongoing with these two agencies. So at this time, if any of you have questions, I'll have Chief Dees or his commander, Commander Wilson, will be happy to answer any of your questions at this time.
So Sheriff, just to clarify the timeline, so the boy was missing starting Tuesday of this week, correct?
Yes,
And
reported.
his parents reported him missing, or what was sort of the...
His parents reported him missing as a possible runaway. They weren't sure that he was a runaway yet. They just reported him missing. During the investigation, we found that it was a possible runaway.
So from the time you got the tip about him missing to locating him yesterday, what was the time span, I suppose? Because you said around 5. Is that 5 a.m., 5 p.m.?
5 p.m.
And how's he doing now? Were you guys able to talk to him at all?
Yes, he's doing fine right now. He needs counseling. He needs to be with his family. But I can't emphasize enough the quick action of HPD, me reaching out to Chief Fenner and Chief Dees, and the quick action to get there, because that train was scheduled to leave at 5:30. So, like I said, it was thanks to this collaboration we were able to rescue this young man, to bring him home safely.
Was this like a social media thing, somebody he met on online or something?
We're still investigating that, but it was a social media outlet that it was on. It was a group of kids planning to get together. But look, human traffickers use social media a lot of times, claiming to be young people. And to get someone at a train station or a bus station, that's a perfect location for them to apprehend these children and put them into this type of lifestyle. This was a young man, a young boy, and it's a fallacy to think it's only young girls that get trapped in human trafficking. Anyone can do this. And so that's why it was vital to find this young man so quickly. And again, I can't thank HPD enough for collaborating with us to bring this to a happy ending.
Sheriff, was it like a Facebook Live video of him, or how did you guys track down the social media video? Like, I guess that,
It was a social media, it was a link, written link, like, I think I can think of like it as something like Instagram. Instagram, just a thread, and we got that, and we read it, and as soon as I saw it, I took a picture of it, and I sent it to Chief Dees, and he saw how urgent that it was, and he took quick action to get one of his patrol units out there, patrol units under the command of Captain Wilson out there to get eyes on him, and once they got eyes on him, less than 5 minutes from the time they got eyes on him, they detained him to hold him till we can get out there to pick him up.
Was the 16-year-old boy alone when you guys located him at the train station, or was he with other runaway teens at the time?
That's what was said on the social media, but when we got there, he was alone. He was alone. So that's another reason we're thinking it could have been someone else that was making that thread. That's why it was so urgent. Look, my team couldn't have got out there that quick. My closest unit was over an hour away, So I called Chief Fenner and Chief Dees, and they took very quick action because they know the dangers of human trafficking as well. I went personally to pick them up. I was 30 minutes away, so I went personally out there to make sure we got them quick as possible.
What's your message to teens like a boy like this who, perhaps they're not in the right place and are going through a difficult time and, they see something like this?
Well, my message to everyone, social media is not a safe place. There's a lot of dangerous predators on social media using that to allure young people to come to places like a train station, a bus station. They look for vulnerable people. Look, this young person didn't have a lot of money with him, had a backpack. He looked like what would you call a stereotypical runaway. That's what they look for, to take advantage of. So that's why it was so crucial for us to get out there, because we don't know who that person, what that person was. Look, these kids thinking they're talking to other young individuals, and they're not. They're talking to predators. It'd be actual predators out there. So be very careful. Pay attention to the social media outlets that your children are using, so they won't be trapped into these type of situations.
Sheriff, can you speak about how important it is for parents to monitor, or parents or guardians to monitor the kids' social media, or their phones, or their social media pages?
It is very important. Look, your kids should not have any type of electronics that you're locked out of. You should have every code that they have, from phones to iPads to laptops. You should have every code to get in there, to pay attention, and to find out what they're doing. Look, these predators go online to get little tips of information so they can use that to attract kids to come to these different secluded areas. So it's very important for parents to be aware of that and to monitor all the social media outlets that their kids may be using.
And did you reach out to LAPD to?
No, I would have if I would have had to. Chief Fenner and Chief Dees, we were trying to get him before he left our jurisdiction. That's why it was so important for this collaboration to happen.
How did you distinguish that he wasn't just a runaway, or that this runaway was in danger of possibly being trafficked? I guess, how did you get to that conclusion?
Well, like I said, it's a possibility. And then when we got there, when HPD got there and arrived, on the thread, it was supposed to be a group of individuals. When we got there, it was only him. So, like I said, I can't say 100% that it was human trafficking. It was the potential.
This case is making it really hard for you to get a suspect or somebody being charged.
Yes.
What kind of a challenge is it for you guys?
Well, it is very difficult. We have to, we're still doing the research on it. We'll try to find the IP address and things like that. But this new website that they were on, we're researching it now, so it's still under investigation. Yeah, it's an undercover operation, yes.
Did this boy use the social media site to?
Yes, he was on that social media site. And by him going on there and by us monitoring it, we were quick to get it. Look, I also want to thank the family of this young man for working with us to help locate him. We need that cooperation with the family to do it. And it was one of his relatives that showed us that. And I took a picture of it and sent it to Chief Dees of HPD.
Will you guys be investigating this particular?
It's currently still under investigation, yes.
Sheriff, can you elaborate more on the victim? It's Hispanic, African American, or?
No, well, like I said, he's a juvenile. I can just tell you he's a 16-year-old young male. His identity is going to be protected because he is underage. So, right now, this young man, what he needs most of all is counseling. People to speak with him, his parents, or get a counselor to reach out to speak with him. I offered that to the family if they needed help on that, and also told him he can reach out to us. Look, HPD have programs as well as the sheriff's office have programs. This is a force multiplier. I'm blessed to have this type of relationship with HPD, that when I call, they answer, and likewise, when they call us, we're there to answer their calls as well.
Any final words from the command staff?
Chief?
Like the sheriff said, the collaboration is what got us here. It started at the top, but I have to give credit where credit is due, and that's to our dispatchers. When I reached out to them, they understood the urgency that we were dealing with, and they were expeditious in getting one of or a few of Commander Wilson's personnel assigned to this case. They understood the urgency. So the fact that we were able to resolve this so quickly, I've got to give credit to our dispatchers who do a terrific, a terrific job, but it's a hard job that they do. And to the officers, the same, managing the calls for them to get in there and get this kid recovered for us so swiftly. It's just a testament to the work they do every day. So our appreciation is extended.
Chief, what would be your advice for parents if, God forbid, that we go through a situation like this one? How do we need to react? What is the first thing that we need to do to communicate that maybe our kids are just running away, but maybe we're nervous, we're scared, we're with a lot of emotions going on in those cases. But what would be your advice, and how or which way is the best to communicate with law enforcement what is going on?
The first thing is to do just that, reach out to law enforcement. And as the sheriff said,
Yes.
you know, monitor your kids, know what their activity is, know what's normal, know what's abnormal, have access to technology so that you can help us bring these types of cases to a closure as swiftly as Fort Bend was able to do in this case.
The final question for me is if you guys can talk about just the time, the essence of time, how you have to move quickly in order for these possible victims to be protected, like how that comes into play during investigations like this.
Well, I can tell you when Sheriff called me, it was shortly after 5 o'clock. And we've known each other for quite some time. And I knew when he called me, we communicated the urgency. And given the fact that the information that we had was that he was possibly going to be leaving at 5:30, we had a very short window to work with. So the arrangement, the collaboration, the coordination is the word I'm looking for of our units was just so instrumental in getting this done. We got the information. Our dispatchers and Commander Wilson's staff, you know, followed through and got this kid. So, you know, if you're talking a point where we find out at, you know, 5-10 minutes after 5, and he's scheduled to leave at 5:30, and we can get him before he gets on a train out of here, it's an outstanding job on everybody's part.